Yeah, let me do it.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, project you live by the champ. Her last ride straight to hell, a tombstone or choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Wrestling with Savage. Tonight, AEW Weekly Update is going down, and it is going to be a good time. AEW tonight was actually fantastic. I had a really good time watching Dynamite tonight, which I was kind of shocked, but the card was good. The storytelling was good. I'll get into all that in a little bit. J.O.'s over here. He's upset, but he's a Mets fan.
Watch a different show tonight.
He's got a lot more to be upset about. Actually, speaking of your Mets, bro, they're putting $8 billion into that place, huh? For some crazy number.
I think there's something around like that. I can't believe it though.
Did you hear that? Like, dude,
I gotta see the evidence.
First of all, that's like 10 minutes for me, and they're really gonna shake up the neighborhood, man. That is gonna be like the new spot, man. They might even put a casino in there.
That I would like to see.
That'd be crazy.
I think
bro.
we finally deserve that.
We already have one. I don't know if I want another one.
I don't care.
Oh, we'll wait and see. But AEW tonight, Jay, I don't think you were impressed, but let's get into the weekly review, which starts off with AEW Rampage. Started off with Hook versus Rocky Romero. Romero and Hook put on a fun performance that gave Hook more opportunities to sell for his opponent than ever before. After countering Rocky's finisher, Hook choked him out with the red rum for the win. Now, Jay, I know me and you probably didn't see this match.
Yeah, I didn't see this, but go ahead, Savage.
We were watching Survivor Series.
Yeah, that too. But I don't know. This match wouldn't make me watch it though, right?
Probably not. Probably not. We also have Chris Statlander versus Diamante, and Statlander picked up the win, but that's like an obvious win.
Wait, who? Who the hell is this?
Diamante. That's what it says. Diamante. That's her name. Diamante. I don't know, Jay. I've never seen her before, but she's fighting Chris Statlander on Rampage, so somebody obviously wanted to give her a chance. But she picked up the win with an assist from Willow Nightingale after the match when Martinez tried to attack. This looked like it will lead to a tag team match. So apparently Martinez came in, she interrupted, and then the save made by Willow Nightingale. So it's probably going to lead to a tag match that I obviously have no real interest in.
They really effed up with Nightingale, I'll tell you that. They really effed up.
She should be a contender. She was getting very popular very fast. We also had Matt Taven and Mike Bennett. They gave a promo about Adam Cole and MJF before they took on two local talents in a very quick match. The Kingdom won with what appeared to be almost no effort. So they get a win. And then Wheeler Yuta ended up main eventing in Rampage, winning to reclaim the Pure Championship, but he had to resort to a low blow to do it. This helped him, looking like a heel, basically, and protected Shibata just a little bit. The offer of a disingenuous handshake before a second low blow and a DDT was actually a great way to end it, from what I've read. What do you think? He's got another Ring of Honor championship?
He's just useless. I don't know.
You still think he's useless? He hasn't grown on you at all?
Absolutely. Absolutely useless.
Well, they're going hard with him, man. He's letting his beard grow out. They want him to actually have a career. I guess we're going to find out where it's going to lead. Now we'll move on to AEW Collision, which was all in the same night on Saturday night. We had a Continental Classic Blue League matchup between Daniel Garcia and Claudio Castagnoli. Garcia survived a lot, actually, but he was unable to kick out after a powerbomb from the Swiss powerhouse. So, Cesaro or Claudio, whatever you're calling him.
I have problems with this match just for the fact that Claudio is on. I don't even know if that's Claudio. I don't know who he is because he doesn't do any movesets besides sharpshooters and European uppercuts.
Yeah.
But this is the second week in a row Daniel Garcia gets the opening match. And what does he show me, Savage? Just like I've been telling everybody. No personality.
Dancing.
No personality. I don't care about the dancing. Dancing just gets you a pop. Show me some type of personality. I'm still not seeing it. It fell flat for me, this match. What happened?
Well, I mean, they're not
only that did more moves than a European uppercut.
They're not booking him with the kind of people they were last year, where he was able to put on these like really intense matches with dramatic finishes against big time talent like Bryan Danielson.
These guys are both technical, so it shouldn't even be about that.
Yeah, but right now I think he's getting booked mid, and and that's they're putting limitations on him because they can't have him going off on a guy like Claudio right now. They want Claudio to look strong.
I truly think Savage is based on his age because he's in his mid-40s. I truly think that's why.
It's a possibility.
It has to be.
Kill Switch FKA Luchasaurus took on the boys in a handicap match, and it was one-sided as it was short. The masked man made quick work of the twins. He broke a folding chair when he chokeslammed one of the twins onto it after the match, but Adam Copeland then arrived to prevent him from doing more damage, and Adam Copeland would go off, hit him with the concertos, curb stomped his ass. The match was shorter than the post-match attack, but it got Copeland to pop the crowd, so it served its purpose. Copeland gave a backstage promo after the break, but here's some more shots from Copeland just trying to destroy Luchasaurus. What do you think about this, Jay?
I liked it. I thought it was good. I think Copeland is probably the only star besides MJF that's there in AEW. But this was actually great. I even like Kill Switch trying to come up from it, something that we never saw ever. I thought that was a moment. And then he did it again. So I liked it. I liked this ending. It was really good. It was really good. Technical difficulties over there, buddy.
I can't believe he even did the curb stomp I was saying, man. Yeah, I had to cough. That's why I muted my mic. Gotcha. Trying to be a little professional. Commander and Gravity taking on House of Black. Buddy and Malachi Black. Again, another obvious matchup here. Black and Murphy picked up a solid but predictable victory. Giving House of Black a more decisive win might have made more sense, but giving the crowd a better match is never going to get a complaint from the people that are watching. So I guess I get it.
I saw this match, Savage, and it would have been good if Gravity was on the same page with the others, but I feel like he wasn't, especially on some spots with Buddy Matthews. So I thought he did really bad. It could have been at least a decent match. But for me, Savage, I have a problem with the House of Black. I mean, one person is getting the push of a lifetime while the others are just in the middle of nowhere. They're in limbo. They don't know what to do. I don't understand the point of this match. I get it. You're building towards a bigger match, but do we really need to see these two dominant guys fight guys that we think that are going to win against House of Black in Commander and Gravity? I don't buy it. It doesn't buy it to me.
I think they're being booked all over the place. I don't think they have any idea what to do with them. These guys are in tag team matches. They should have already been the tag team champions. You're putting them in a singles match. Where's his title? Where's Malachi's world title shot? Where's his singles run? Where's his singles push? Why isn't Buddy tagging up with, the other guy, Brody King? Right. Malachi should be your singles guy. He should be vanquishing people. Why isn't Malachi in this Continental tournament? It doesn't make sense. I can't
even recall the last time I ever saw Malachi having a singles run.
We have guys like, no offense to Jay Lethal, but they have him losing on TV almost like every other week, to somebody all the time. But he gets into the Continental Classic tournament. But a guy like Malachi Black, who's been out here just knocking people out for, since the day he walked in the door, where's his, where's the ranking system? Where's the wins? Now the wins don't matter?
It must matter if they come out showing us wins and losses. It must matter.
It must matter, I guess. Julia Hart taking on Lady Frost. And, to me, this one was going to be obvious, too. Hart was overpowered at first, but she quickly showed Frost that she was not to be overlooked. Both women got in some stiff shots early on, but Frost's gymnastic ability helped her steal the spotlight just a bit. A couple of spots ended up looking a little sloppy due to lack of experience working together, but most of what we got was decent. Hart won to retain her title. What was your take on this one, Jay?
I agree with some spots, but I put the blame on Lady Frost on that. But this could have been match of the night for me because it was that good. Julia Hart has been impressive throughout the whole run she's having right now. Lady Frost had more offensive moves than her, so that shows that they really see something in Lady Frost, something that I'm not seeing yet. So we'll see how it plays out. But it was a decent match. I actually was into this match. It did it for me.
I'll say this: Julia Hart has her presentation is completely on point, and for Lady Frost, her presence is real. I mean, she reminds me of Rhea Ripley even a little bit. The physique, she looks like she's very powerful, agile, can move. Yeah, I'm willing to see more, absolutely, and where it's going to go. But they're doing a great job with Julia Hart. Still, though, make it make sense to me why the TBS champion is competing on TNT. I don't understand. But, you know, I don't know. This is TNT Collision, right? It's on Collision. It's on TNT. The Righteous now taking on FTR. After a fun but basic tag team contest, FTR scored the win with the Shatter Machine. Matthews and Black came through the crowd but did not attack. They just taunted FTR. Just taunted them. So, I mean, the Righteous, they were getting promo time. They're getting mic time. They're obviously getting to work with FTR, which is going to help them elevate their game. Do you see any long-term potential for the Righteous if they're used properly, or is this just like going to be a team that's just filler and, you know, thrown in the mix?
I hate to say it, but I'm going to go with the last option you said, even though I think that's the wrong call to do on the Righteous because I have been impressed with them the last month. This was my match of the night because of what the Righteousness did in the match. They had more offensive moves than FTR. FTR can hang with them. We all know what they're about. But the Righteousness was basically very impressive. The only problem I had was that Jake the Snake Roberts wasn't out with them. I think when he comes out with this group, it makes
it's more impactful. Yeah,
it's more impactful. It gives them a legit. They get a lot of heat as is, and their entrance, believe it or not, it's freaking great. I like it.
I think it's a very good gimmick. It can be a powerful gimmick if tooled properly. Yeah. I think they can recruit other members and have acolytes and all kinds of things. And they can go all over the place with this. The Bible, the devil, God, religion. I mean, they can really go deep with this.
I really think this is a legit tag team that we've seen since Butcher and Blade.
I think they still have some something to prove out there. And I think they're doing it little by little. And I hope that their hard work gets rewarded with a possible tag team title run down the line. I wouldn't say anytime soon, but with enough time in, hopefully they impress Tony Khan and they impress the powers that be that make those kinds of decisions.
Yeah, they just got to get him out of ROH and bring him up in AEW.
Yeah, no, I would make them full-time in AEW, man. Because right now, here's our tag team champions. One half of them is a real man, and the other half is a punk wannabe little bitch. You know, I'll just say it. You know, I promise you, when I work for WWE, we will pay you the bare minimum. NXT rookies will make more money than you, Ricky Starks. You understand that? I don't think he understands that shit.
Can we rewind that, please, folks, so we could just play that back? What Savage just said.
Yeah, you can always go back and watch the replay. It's all right. Eventually, I'll have more followers than him on Instagram and YouTube, and that's just the way it's going to be. Listen, the stars of a line, Jay. Everything is happening. Just like last year, I told you I was going to meet Mike Tyson, and I met Mike Tyson, and there's only one Mike Tyson. There's only one. I don't even need to show the picture. There's only one Mike Tyson. There's only one Savage. There's 1,000 Ricky Starks.
That's true.
There's only one Savage. There's only one Mike Tyson. There's 1,000 Ricky Starks. But I'll say this: there is only one Big Bill, and for Big Bill, I'm very happy. Let him get his success. If it means that Ricky Starks has to be tag team champion for 10 years, I'm okay with that, just as long as I know that Big Bill's going to be his partner. If it gets Big Bill that push, I'm happy with that. Very happy for him. Happy for Tony Schiavone, too, who got to break off commentary tonight. No, let me be honest with you. I like the concept of bringing in the guest commentators because it gives you a chance to get to know a little more about the wrestler. Now, unfortunately, tonight it was Bryan Danielson, who we all know very well. But in the future, if they utilize this properly, where, for example, the first hour of the show is always going to be a guest commentator that's going to be a pro wrestler. This way, you give him a shot to work on commentary, see what he can do on the mic, and he gets to elevate himself, maybe devalue some people in the ring, build a storyline. It's a great way to really make things work. It's something they used to do all the time in the Attitude Era. If they utilize it properly, it allows Tony Schiavone to then go do things like this without the stress of running back and forth to the commentary table. He can bang out 2 or 3 of those classic old interviews. If they image Tony Schiavone appropriately right now with their position, he's literally their Mean Gene Okerlund right now, because he has the cred, he has the street cred, he's been doing this longer than anyone else in the building practically. No one's going to do it better than he is right now. He knows the talent. He knows the wrestlers. I would let Tony Schiavone have a little more creative control right now as far as the segments he's doing with these wrestlers. I feel like he gets the business. He's still in it, and he's got a great vocabulary, a great mind for the business. If they utilize him first in that first hour, it should be called like the Tony Schiavone hour, whatever. Like I said, Mean Gene position. But he should get 2 or 3 little interview spots, probably 2 in the first hour. He does, but I want to see it consistently without the pressure of him being on commentary, and then you have that other wrestler there for the commentary. I like that idea. I actually thought AEW was actually enjoyable tonight with that mix of Danielson being on commentary. Now, what was up with this match? Keith Lee Moriarty. This match is like one of those matches that comes out of left field. Why are we even having this match? How is this match formed? Where's the storytelling here? Where is the storytelling here? How do these 2 random people are fighting? What are they fighting for? Why are they fighting? The 2 basic answers, what are they? We don't know, because the questions were never asked. These were 2 darts thrown at a board, and here we are. Let's have a match on Collision.
Well, I don't think so, Savage. I think the commentators were basically telling us it was supposed to lead to Keith Lee finally getting his hands on Shane Taylor, who's in Ring of Honor. Unfortunately for me, Savage, it's a little too late for that, because that was promised to us a long time ago. And now they're trying to revive that, and I think that window is closed. I personally think
what AEW fan is running around saying, I can't wait to see what happens on Ring of Honor?
It doesn't matter, Savage. It was the battle of 2 big guys.
It's the 80 people that are still in the building at 11 o'clock at night when they're still having Ring of Honor matches.
Listen, I only think there's 2,000 people in the building, all right? But that's just me. Overall, it was supposed to be the battle of big men. Shane Taylor, who is a big man just like Keith Lee, to duke it out. But this was supposed to happen months ago, and now they're trying to revive that.
You've lost interest. You've lost interest.
I did.
Well, Keith Lee hit a huge slam to score the win by pinfall, but his real feud is with Taylor. Let's hope AEW follows up on that soon, just like Jay has been saying. Commentary said it. To me, on paper, that match isn't impressive. I mean, I like Lee Moriarty. I like Keith Lee, but I need way more substance than that to get me.
You're not going to like this match.
We're going to have Eddie Kingston versus Brody King, and in my opinion, an upset, because Eddie Kingston's been on fire right now, but I guess how can you dump on House of Black? They filled the last 20 minutes of the show with a lot of action that had the crowd cheering left and right. After putting each other through hell, Kingston succumbed to a huge powerbomb from Mr. King. And, we're going to get to that in a second. Congratulations to Sammy. But what was your take on this match, Jay? Eddie Kingston.
Sloppy. It was sloppy. It was sloppy. It was horrible because Eddie Kingston is not a technical wrestler, even though he tries to be. I don't like this. I don't like that 10, 20 chops. I hate it. And the fact that he did it with the forearms throughout the whole match just killed it for me, Savage. Just killed it for me. I cannot watch an Eddie Kingston match no more. I can't.
Can't do it. Can't do it, won't do it. That's Collision. We're going to get into Dynamite in a little bit, but first, why don't we have a little bit of favorite?
Breaking news.
Congratulations to Sammy Guevara and Tay. They have had their first child, probably first of very many. It's going to be interesting to see if Tay is going to come back to wrestling, or maybe she's just going to hold on to that mom role. But either way, congratulations to them. CM Punk WWE return may have ruined Chicago market for all elite wrestling. Experts are saying time will tell. John Moxley teases taking an actual vacation from AEW down the line. Please and thank you. Mercedes Moné gears up for her Wrestling returned with in-ring training in this very blurry screenshot. I can't even tell if that's her, but if it is, I wonder when, I wonder where. Will Ospreay trust Tony Khan with the essence of his character? That's probably a bad idea. Tony Khan aims for Sting to grace AEW All In 2024 as an ambassador after retirement. Obviously. Paul White's knee requires assessment after AEW's Like a Dragon street fight. Good job, Paul White. I don't know what the hell you were thinking. Had no business being out there. Stay in the back and be useful where you belong. MJF showing up to 11/29 AEW Dynamite in a massive amount of pain. I saw him tonight. We're going to talk about it, and we'll let you know if we think he was in pain. Chris Jericho removes his own stitches after a nasty cut at AEW Full Gear. I actually saw the video of that. Something I would do. Why not? Who wants to go back to the doctor just to remove some stitches? Chris Jericho's a man, and that's what he did. He did what a man would do. And the identity of AEW's disciplinary committee head preceding CM Punk's dismissal uncovered, and it was none other than the man who's going to join a commentary on AEW tonight, Bryan Danielson. A lot to talk about here with the breaking news, Jay. Is there any specific topic you kind of want to get into?
Yeah, I want to go. Keep going back. There's so much. Yeah, I think I'm going to talk about Paul White, man.
Paul White?
Yeah, because this has to stop. This is not the first time AEW has tried to kill a legend in front of our own eyes. We all saw what Jeff Hardy did in the ring with Darby Allin. We all saw him in that tag match when he was just sitting in the corner for 20 minutes, not doing a goddamn thing. And now Paul White with his knee. I mean, how many people need to get hurt? Can I mention about Bryan Danielson wrestling with one freaking eye coming this week? What is going on with this company? Adam Cole is coming out on a pay-per-view. He's freaking hip-hopping up to the ramp. He can't even walk. And now you got MJF with a dislocated hip, and now he's suffering from that. How many people, Savage, are we going to take to make this company at least a household name like the WWE? This is ridiculous. It truly is. When I saw this image tonight, which we'll talk about later, it really did piss me off. I'm like, shit, this is the best wrestler in the freaking world, and he's wrestling with one freaking eye because he's doing things that he shouldn't be doing or being at risk when someone is trying to do a moveset on him. It's ridiculous. And now Paul White. Really? You're going to tell this guy, you know what? I think it's a smart idea. If Hobbs go over, if you just take a body slam on the card, I think that would really get Hobbs over. And look, Hobbs is still not over. And this guy,
where's Hobbs? Why isn't he on TV?
Exactly. And he still isn't over.
Yeah. It's crazy, man.
But
Absolutely wild.
This is so bad, man. This is so bad. Breaks my heart. So bad. I just don't know why these wrestlers sign up for it, Savage. You are a wrestler. Please tell me, would you wrestle if you had a broken ankle and you're coming out to cut a promo with someone?
It's hard.
Are you really going to hop on crutches? Boom, 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 boom.
It's hard to say. How desperate am I for that paycheck? I don't know what my situation would be if I was
Savage, you know you're getting paid. Don't talk about, I don't know about that paycheck. They're paying you regardless.
Maybe.
Why are you
on that type of talent, then yeah.
But why are you hippity hop into a ring to cut a promo? We all know you're hurt. We all love you. We're waiting for your return. What is the point of this? What is the point of Bryan Danielson wrestling with one eye?
Because they want him to look cool. I mean, maybe that's an action figure right there. He looks like Solid Snake from Metal Gear, I guess.
It's crazy what they do to these guys.
It is crazy. It is crazy. Right now, you're watching the AEW Weekly Update. We do it every Wednesday night at 11 p.m. We appreciate you watching. Make sure you like and share and subscribe. There's a lot coming to this channel, more than I could have ever imagined. We also do the WWE Weekly Update every single Tuesday night at 11 p.m. immediately following NXT. I do it here with Jay every week. We're probably on episode 500. I think I've lost count at this point. We don't really number. We just do the date because that's all that matters is when it happened and what happened. This last Sunday, No Man's Land was on pay-per-view. All right. Every Saturday morning, you can watch Superstars on the premier streaming network. You can watch No Man's Land. I'll give you a little taste of the action, a little reason why you should subscribe to your streaming network. Joey Martinez, a very smart man rolling out of the ring right there because Bill James was ready to kill him. If you want to know what happened in that matchup, by the way, Joey Martinez is a stud, by the way. But if you want to know what happened, make sure you sign up to the Premier Streaming Network. It's good shit. I had a few words with a lot of people. Why don't we just check out a couple of videos and then we'll get into Dynamite for the rest of the night. Savage live here at the battlefield. No Man's Land. I see Charlie Tiger over here. Let's try to get a word with Mr. Charlie. Mr. Tiger, you have a huge match tonight against Dark STG. Some have said he is a monster. What do you have planned for this monster?
Dark STG's a monster? Well, Charlie Tiger's a wild animal. And you saw what I did last time in the battlefield. But you want to see if Charlie Tiger's got the guts to ever step back after walking through No Man's Land against the demon Dark STG? Well, guess what? The will of survival will always overcome the power of darkness.
This man definitely has the eye of the tiger. Tune in to No Man's Land to see if he can defeat Dark STG. Savage here live at the battlefield. I'm going to try to get a word with the blessed one, KC Navarro. Huge match tonight against Homicide, absolute wrestling legend. What are you going to do to Homicide tonight?
Come on, Savage, you already know. I'm gonna bless his ass! Look, Homicide's a legend. We've all seen what he's done in Ring of Honor, NWA, everywhere. The man is a complete legend. As a matter of fact, he was with my sister, Diamante, at LAX for a very long time. So, Homicide, you already know. I know you like the back of my hand. Tonight, first time ever one-on-one, but your ass is still next to be blessed. And you don't have to tell me. I know. See you later, Savage.
Stay tuned tonight on the Premier Streaming Network to see if Homicide just will, in case, get blessed. Savage here at the battlefield. I'm going to try to get a word with VJJ, Big Ox Adams. VJJ, what do you got planned for tonight?
See, tonight, we're taking on primetime heat. And me and V, we couldn't do that alone. See, we have found ourselves a giant of a man. Tell him, V.
You kidding me? Primetime heat against the giant, the JJ, baby? V Marino, JJ Smith, Ox Adams, a trinity of men no one's ever seen in the battlefield. Primetime heat wants a fight? They got a hell of a fight right here with me, JJ, and this big hoss.
Tonight at the battlefield, I don't think Big Ox is going to have any problems with his teammates. Big Ox, anything to say? Tonight, pay-per-view. Savage live here at the battlefield with the tag team champions of the world, Primetime Heat. Big match tonight, as always, on pay-per-view, No Man's Land. Dio Bando, what are we going to see tonight?
Tonight, come here. Come here. This needs to be zoomed in. Tonight we have Giant VJJ. They know I am the king of beating up VJJ, okay? The king. Yeah. Code knows about beating up VJJ. And we're going to beat up VJJ tonight. Giant VJJ.
Oh, yeah.
They've been on a roll. All three of them. But now they've graduated to the big boy table with the big boys, yeah. And we are going to put a whooping on them. Tell them, Code.
You already know.
Take it.
Dio already said it. We're going to come beat the VJJ up all night long. In No Man's Land. Because apparently there ain't no men here except us.
Oh, she never started because I'm the dog in this place, man. I am the uncaged pit bull in this arena. Do you understand me? Now, relax.
Excuse me.
Yeah. You might want to be careful, VJJ. You might get humped tonight.
Whoa. This is still a family show. We're going to entertain. Happy Thanksgiving. VJJ, you're going down.
Nobody knows more about VJJ than Primetime Heat here at No Man's Land. So yeah, if you want to see what happened between Primetime Heat and Giant VJJ, make sure you go to the Premier Streaming Network and sign up today. It's going to be a good time. Guarantee it, man. That's me at the battlefield. I always have a good time over there. If you ever want tickets, let me know. I can get you the hookup VIP front row seats. Next week, we actually have a new episode with Marty that's coming out this Thursday. Let me get that picture up here right now just because.
Yeah, let's change the photo. You
don't want to see that foot? You don't want to see that
man.
Foot? What's wrong with that foot? What's wrong with that foot? It's a nice foot, man. It really is.
It needs surgery, bro.
Here's this one. He already had surgery. This is tomorrow night's episode, Surviving the Warrior. We're going to be talking about his favorite Survivor Series moments. A lot of stuff to talk about. It's going to be a good episode. And next week, Rob Van Dam will be on the Party with Marty. We'll get that.
I heard.
I'll be going hard to promote that. You can meet the Black Dahlia and Nikki Duke and Ultraviolet and Zaya Brookside all at the same time at the Icons of Wrestling Convention Fan Fest, December 16th. Come on down, hang out with Savage. Check out Pro Wrestling Tees, where you can pick up T-shirts for Wrestling with Savage, T-shirts for Wrestling Universe, T-shirts. I mean, get that shirt for Lewis right there. Happy birthday, Lewis.
Birthday.
Also, Party with Marty T-shirts now available on the Pro Wrestling T-shirt. Make sure you go to the Wrestling Universe for all these amazing different signings. They're going to have appearances. You can go to thewrestlinguniverse.com for all information and ticket availability. A lot of big time events coming up, including my favorite, December 29th with Swerve Strickland, who's on an absolute roll right now. And you can come down and find out exactly whose house it is. December 29th at the Wrestling Universe. Maximum Male Models. I mean, Matt Riddle's coming. You have Alberto Del Rio. And my favorite tune for next year. I already know my favorite for this year, but my favorite for next year has to be ECW Day, where all these different legends will be in the building on the same day, including Steve Corino, who just got announced. Super rare appearance from Steve Corino. Jack Victory. You have Raven, Sandman, Todd Gordon, and none other than Rob Van Dam himself. Savage, RVD in the building from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. It's going to be a good time, and I'm sure it's we're going to take it to new levels. We're going to take it to higher levels, Jay. You know what I mean? Like really, really high levels. It's going to be a really high level.
That's WrestleMania season. You have everybody from Philly there in February. That's big.
Gonna be crazy. You might want to come hang out all day that day.
If the Dudleys were there, that'd be super duper awesome, man. That would make it like complete.
Now we got to do what we came here to do.
There we go. One-Eye Willie's out.
I still think this added a nice touch to tonight's show. I liked having a credible wrestler who has the experience of a WrestleMania main event caliber champion.
For 2 hours.
Bryan Danielson. One eye, two eyes. He's still a dangerous man. There's a screenshot of your commentary team over there for the night. By the way, don't forget to have your Ric Flair energy drink. Okay.
I can't even find that, to be honest.
Sold out probably. John Moxley, Jay Lethal are going to open the night, and in my opinion, second best match of the night. This match was actually unlike your typical traditional John Moxley match. John Moxley was excellent in this match. His ring work was great. His movement was great. His selling was great. The emotion, the spots going into the crowd, the knee spots that Jay Lethal was using, the ruthlessness he was doing to try to, like right there, this spot, I love this. I mean, he looked like he was genuinely trying to hurt Moxley and send him on that vacation that he so desperately needs. Beautiful figure forelock. Moxley, of course, in the end, does what Moxley does. He makes Jay Lethal tap out. Jay Lethal was able to kick out of the paradigm shift, but not able to withstand this choke once Moxley got the extension on that arm. Jay, I really enjoyed this match. It was one of Moxley's better matches. What did you think about it?
Well, it's a well-worked match, and that's because of Jay Lethal, but that doesn't take the fact that nobody was into this match. I was not into this match. This crowd was not into this match. Jay Lethal has proven to be a comedy act for the last 6 months, and when you become a comedy act and you start to become an enhancement talent, you start to take losses for people. I don't like the fact that John Moxley tonight, even though he did okay, I guess, but I don't like the fact that he does not sell certain things. When they did the figure four and they're rolling out the outside, he's not even selling it. He's coming right back up. Boom. Jay kicks him and then it hits him and he shoots him back. Moxley shakes it off and he doesn't sell it at all. He just keeps going at Jay like Jay is nothing. I mean, this guy was a former Ring of Honor World Champion, held the belt for the longest, and you treat him like an enhancement talent. I mean, I don't know if this was good for you. You said yes, but for me, when I see the bigger picture, no. I still think in my mind that John Moxley will be upset in this tournament by someone.
Oh, he's not winning this tournament. This tournament was created for Swerve Strickland in mind, I'm sure. But I still think Moxley sold more tonight than he has in the last 8 months. And for me, it was enough to actually convince me a little bit that You know, Jay Lethal looked like a legitimate lethal contender who was actually giving Moxley a big run for his money. But in the end, Moxley does what Moxley does. He overcomes and he gets the win because they've built him as a monster. But at least we got to see Jay Lethal at least have a more serious match. I know that he is a clown show act because that's what we've been seeing from him. But I feel like tonight, clown show aside, he showed that he's capable of much more than that. Will anything come from that? I don't know. But he showed tonight that he's much more capable than what they're showing him to be.
And that's how you go, but I don't see it.
Oh, here's an updated look at the Blue League right here. I guess this is, I don't know why they'll just call this the Collision League.
Look at that. Bryan Danielson has not had one match, and now he's about to have his first match. While everybody else was having matches.
Yeah, he should have already had his first match. I wonder how that's going to play out. They're probably going to double down with him on a Rampage one night or something.
I don't really know what's going to happen.
We got a promo from Eddie Kingston, very emotional promo, saying that, you know, he's going to find a way to overcome Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't know.
I didn't believe it at all. Whatever he said. Come on, you telling me you like this? No. Don't tell me you like it.
I didn't believe it, but I am excited to see this matchup, though. Bryan Danielson versus Eddie Kingston. I feel that no matter what, I feel like no matter what,
it seem like this match is really going to be good on paper. Come on, stop.
I just feel like no matter what Eddie Kingston does, he's not going to be able to stop Bryan Danielson. I think Bryan Danielson's coming out on top on this one. That's the question. Is Bryan Danielson going to pin Eddie Kingston or is he going to submit Eddie Kingston? I think he's going to pin.
He's going to submit his ass. That's what
you think Eddie's going to tap?
Yes.
Okay. We have Daniel Garcia who has an opportunity to redeem
himself,
get some points against Andrade. Again. But I feel like Andrade right now after –
Didn't we just see this?
Did you see the picture earlier today that he posted on Twitter?
Well, here's my question. Didn't we just see this match 2-3 weeks back?
It was recent, yes. But now it's for the Continental Classic now.
It doesn't matter.
Did you see the picture? Did you see the picture on Twitter of Andrade squeezing Charlotte Flair's ass?
No.
Well, to me, that's the picture of a winner. And he's going to win this match.
Winner. Flair hasn't done nothing in the last 2 months.
She's the greatest women's champion of all time.
Oh, yeah. Let's partner up with Chauncey. Let's see where we go with that.
For now, I think Rhea Ripley's coming to that position. She's the best women's wrestler in the world today, but Charlotte all time, and right now she's still the GOAT. Claudio's going to take on Brody King this Saturday. Why? Now, this is interesting because both these guys have been booked very strong. So what's your prediction on this match?
I have Brody King just for the fact that Claudio Castagnoli lost his balls and he can't wrestle no more. So I got Brody King.
I got to talk about this. To me, this was my favorite part of the night. Ric Flair is going to probably die on live TV. If he cuts another promo like this, he might just have a heart attack. But I don't care. I give Ric Flair all the credit in the world because if you know Ric Flair the way I know Ric Flair, if you know Ric Flair that I know and grew up watching, the person that I've met several times already, talked to, had conversations with, you could feel the passion in his pores just coming through his body. Every word he said tonight, Jay, whether you want to laugh and smirk and sit there and judge or say whatever you're going to say, he believes every word that he says. And I love him for it. Go ahead.
Okay, but what?
No, I said this is just supposed to be an announcement for Ric Flair's joining Sting's last match.
There's 3 people that should never talk on the microphone. Homicide, Ric Flair, okay? This was bad. I mean, bad across the board that Ric Flair couldn't even remember names. What's the name? Well, you know these guys. What was he talking about? I was lost when he couldn't even remember the name. And you see Sting like, yeah. You know, that's the way you would end a career, man. Yep. Go back. They're so repetitive. And Tony Schiavone's trying to stand there with a straight face. He couldn't even stay straight. He's having butts laughing. Because when Ric Flair cut the promo, he just looked like
I don't care. I was crying. I love this shit. I was crying, Jay. I was crying.
Yeah, you were laughing, but how badly did they look on TV where Flair couldn't mention names and he forgot?
I don't care. Just like the intensity, though. The intensity level.
Intensity of what?
Of Flair.
Of Greensboro.
Yeah, bro.
That was the whole intensity.
Yo,
Flair,
the way he said no words can describe what's coming to, it was great.
Oh God! Give me one of those Battlefield promos with the Christmas tree. I'll take that any day of the week than this. This is bad.
Look at Ric Flair, man. Look at the intensity.
This is bad.
Look at Sting.
Tony Schiavone's face is like, what is he saying? Like, what is he talking about?
Now we get into our next match. We have Mark Briscoe taking on Roosh. This was also, I thought, an awesome match. Roosh is a superstar. He should be treated as such. I don't know if it was better than the first match, but it was good. It was good. Roosh had some good shots, connecting with good shots. Everything was convincing. Briscoe put on a hell of a strong fight. But in the end, Roosh was just too much for him, picking up that win. Now we get a look at the Gold League. Roosh finally getting some points on the board, catching up with Jon Moxley. What was your take on that match, Jay?
I thought it was a well-worked match. We could see that Roosh is something. I wouldn't say he's a star just yet. You have him in a faction. He's a leader, and he's not really leading. He doesn't elevate people, especially when they're a little below him in matches. So you see, like, that whole part right there, I'm just not feeling it. If he was by himself as a singles wrestler, maybe he'd be taken a little more seriously. I don't like the fact that every match that Roosh does, from Collision to here to coming this week, it's always chops, forearms, chops, wrestle here for 10 minutes, back to chops. I think if we just minimize that just a little bit, I may like this guy a little more, but I got to give him some time. So it was a well-worked match, though. Definitely.
AEW tonight, I thought, was firing on all cylinders. This match had a good pace to it, good ending. Good match, entertaining.
Well-worked match. No crime.
If you missed it, you might want to go back and check it out. Toni Storm's going to get a little vignette time. Obviously, the stress of being the Women's World Champion has gotten to her. The Timeless One, apparently is recovering from a party that one of the Kennedys were at, she said.
This is all gold. I mean, now you know why she had the belt. I mean, she's gold. I don't know what to say. I just wish they put more spotlight on this than getting those little, let's give it a minute and then let's not show her ever again.
I feel like this should be a much more bigger production than just backdrop on a curtain. I mean, get this lady. You want to talk about wasting money? Waste some money. Get her in the best hotel in Beverly Hills, in LA, next to swimming pools, mansions. Rent out a mansion for her so they can cut a bunch of different videos in one night. If you invest money in one night, you can film 100 promos to have ready for the whole year. Send your wardrobe, send your jets, send them over. Send Savage over there, but I don't think you can even afford me anymore, Tony. All right, because the offer Triple H is going to make me. I don't think you can match. But you know why? Because Triple H comes with the offer. You will never, and I mean ever, beat Triple H, no matter how hard you try. You will never marry Stephanie McMahon. You will never beat up Stone Cold Steve Austin. You will never beat up The Rock. You will never be the CEO of the WWE. Just won't do it. Never. Don't matter how much money you or your daddy have. You don't have what Triple H has.
Billions of dollars.
World End.
Oof.
December 30th. MJF has a tough challenge ahead of him. He has to take on Samoa Joe. Tickets on sale now. AEWTix.com. This is going to be in MJF's hometown, Long Island, New York. And we go into a surprise because I didn't know MJF was going to be coming out, but here he is making his way to the ring. He's got a cane. He gets in the ring and he cuts a very good promo. Very good promo. Gives huge props to Samoa Joe. Basically, thanks Samoa Joe. Has respect for Samoa Joe. And then all of a sudden, the lights go out. The craziness happens. And here are the four men. And the four men are in there. They're getting ready to assault MJF. They basically hacked the telecast. They hacked the broadcast. And they're asking MJF if he will face the unknown in a tag match. Are you a hero, Max? Max, of course, goes livid. And he accepts the match on behalf of himself and Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe not too happy with MJF doing that, but that is what's going to happen. And before I move on to Wardlow and his shitty haircut, we'll get Jay's take on this whole MJF situation. I'll just say this, Jay, before I pass it off to you. I thought it was the best enhancement they've done of this story thus far.
I'm going to disagree on that, Savage. What I saw tonight was a good promo of trying to put a guy over because you have to build the match. I mean, these guys already fought once, and you have to make it interesting the second time. I think MJF succeeded in that a little bit, but I'm still not interested, not fully interested or invested in the match coming on December 30th between these two. As for the whole goofy, silly, I'm the devil, la la la, you want to fight me in a tag match, Savage, I thought it was, let me find the right word. I thought it was utterly ridiculous that the announcement of the guy in the mask, Tony Schiavone, and Taz basically told us that the devil has control of the company's lighting and he has control of the whole broadcast team. I thought that just made it diminish into stupidity. I thought it was really dumb. I don't think they should have done that. I would have just left it the way it was on your slides when they just kind of gang on up in him and then they try to beat him. But they went that route. It's taking the aura away from me. And I'm not really interested on who the devil is, which I may have an idea. I think it's Jungle Jim, Jack Perry. But I am not interested as I was, let's say, interested when this first started during his program with Adam Cole.
I think I want it to be Tony Khan.
You want it to be Tony, and why is that? How would that fit in?
I think he is someone who can probably get a lot of heat because a lot of people are angry with a lot of the decisions he makes on a regular basis. And if he played this properly, this could be his one opportunity to actually create himself as a character, kind of like what Vince essentially did. Eventually, he didn't do it right away. Vince kind of stayed behind the scenes. He did commentary. He made announcements, boardroom stuff, but never in-ring action and stuff. This could be his opportunity to kind of transition into owner / character and maybe actually build some genuine heat and maybe have a storyline here with MJF before he goes on to the promised land. Because I promise you that if MJF does not leave AEW, 7 to 8 people will never reach their true potential.
Yeah, you could be right, but I just can't see Tony Khan as a guy coming off TV and talking naturally to the crowd. I mean, there's some people that have it. You talked about Vince McMahon. We could talk about Triple H, Paul Levesque. We could even talk about NWA owner Billy Corgan when he comes out and cuts promos on wrestlers. I mean, some people have it, some people don't, Savage. And I really think, I truly believe that could be 1,000% correct that they're just waiting for Adam Cole to get better to pull the trigger on this heel turn, which we were supposed to see about 3 to 6 months ago. I truly feel that the only person in that company that could possibly take it and be taken seriously and be liked as a heel or face is Adam Cole. But unfortunately, Adam Cole is injured, and we do not know when he's going to come back. So we're doing this whole devil storyline. And who can we elevate out of the whole roster to that level of main event and can wrestle? The only person I could think of is Jungle Jim. We haven't seen him since Wembley. He disappeared. Nobody knows anything about him. If you want to fit him into the mix and make him take it seriously the main event level, you got to book him as the devil.
Well, it's kind of odd that his suspension ended today and then this happens today. So obviously there are a lot of signs that point to him. But one thing to just defend, and I can't even believe I'm saying this, but to defend Tony Khan, if you watch a lot of his pressers, some of the ones he did with Punk, some of the ones he did with MJF, like the media scrums, there are moments where you see that passion in him as a fan, and it's like he does really love this shit. Like he loves it. He loves it with all his heart. And, not everybody is meant for the in-ring promos and works and all that.
Not everybody can be a character.
No,
Savage.
for sure. But I feel like there is a glimpse of what he could be. I don't know if he can pull it off, but if he can find a way to translate his passion onto on-screen performances, he might have something. But that's another story for another day. We'll see what happens. Wardlow's going to come out, and he's going to have a match right here with AR Fox. AR Fox tried to put up a fight, but Wardlow just overpowering him. Huge gorilla press slam, huge choke slam, huge power bomb, another huge power bomb, a last ride power bomb. He did like a jackknife power bomb. He did like 3 variations of a power bomb, and he didn't even have to pin AR Fox. The ref just ended this after that. He saw that. He said, this match is over.
Yeah. Savage, this was a different match, though. He was really brutally beating AR Fox compared to the squash matches he had. So I took that into consideration. Another thing, Savage, is they're trying to get this guy heat. The problem is when this guy comes out, they're chanting his name, for God's sake. He needs to go after the fans that are supporting MGF if he wants to be taken seriously. You know what? You're doing this devil program with MJF, and you're forgetting about you have a star in Wardlow, and now he's being wasted, Savage. He's having squash match after squash match after squash match. If I was Wardlow, I'd pack my bags at the end of my contract and get the hell out.
We're going to see what Wardlow's going to do next year. It's going to be interesting.
Let's see it, 2024.
Yeah, we're going to see what's going to happen with this contract along with a lot of other people's contracts. What you're about to see right now, it's a little blurry, but it's also a little graphic. Dante Martin got hurt about, I believe, 8 months ago. And you can see that. Yeah. Look at that foot, man. I mean,
so I
didn't even know it got twisted that bad.
That's what happens. You want to do all these high fly spots. It's all about risk.
I'll say this, though. His in movement in the ring tonight, he looked like phenomenal. I mean, he was doing kind of things that I've never even seen him do before. The way he was hopping over the top rope, leading into moves. They definitely have a great look, a great tag team name, Top Flight. Every one of them is a high-flying machine. Action Andretti, his brother, Dante. So I can see them actually getting a lot. It looked like they're going out of their way to put these guys over right now. And I think the trios championships are in their future, to be honest with you.
I swear, Savage, I felt like this was a wasted match. I mean, I know you're a fan of the high spots and these guys, but this was a wasted match. I mean, this is something we could catch on Rampage, for God's sake. I don't even think it did anything for these guys, to be honest. Even the backstage segment with Penta. So I don't know where these guys go. I don't know. Like, are they really going to go for the trio? Should we really?
I think they're being taken. They're going to be pushed as a serious trios faction, and we'll go from there, man. I mean, like you said, Penta in the back, giving them respect, and then after saying, "You have 1, 2, 3. I have 1, 2, 3." This is going to be your typical AEW fan. They're going to mark out for this match so much because it's going to be filled with very insane high spots that nobody will probably be able to keep up with,
or unnecessary whatsoever.
Possibly, but I'm still interested in seeing the matchup, and overall I'm just happy for Dante Martin to be back doing what he loves. If you love doing something, you should be allowed to do it. He's back. He had a serious
injury prone. That's his name.
Well, hopefully maybe he learned his lesson. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Julia Hart's going to have a hard-hitting match with Amy Sakura. Again, I'll say this. Julia Hart, her presentation is on point. Looks good. Looks the part. Not my favorite match of the night, but there was some hard-hitting action, though. Some decent spots.
Savage, I saw
the finish. The finish was my only complaint. I thought the finish could have been much better.
Should be more than that.
Well, it should have been much more, but I think they were on a time constraint. Jay, I'll give you the floor.
I'll give you this. The presentation was flawless. I have no problem with Julia Hart coming out. I think it's great. The problem I have is when they tell you commentary and they tell you, the referee, hey, this is a House of Rules match. There's no submissions in the match. Your first instinct isn't to do submissions. She tried to submission the girl out with the Heartless Lock. What the hell are you doing? Even the crowd picked it up. There was people even laughing. I laughed because this is your stipulation This is your match, and you're doing a submission thinking you're going for the win. Then she tried to cover up on the finish. Now, I know what she was trying to do. She was trying to do a moonsault. But I really think that Sakura girl really messed up tonight. Not only on the finish, but she did something else to me that I don't like, and it's called not selling. But this finish here, I really think she thought she was going to overdo her moonsault, so she rolled over, as you could see. And then Julia was like, wait a minute, what the hell you just did that? I had you perfectly here. I wasn't going to go over no matter how close you are. But I think Sakura thought she was, so she tried to protect it, but unfortunately it came out sloppy. As for the non-selling, when Julia kicked her in the back of Sakura, she didn't sell it. It's right there on TV. No hard cam. It's right in front of you and in front of all. Please rewind it. She did not sell it. She made a face like, I just don't think these two are on the same page, and there was just miscommunication throughout the match. And Julia Hart forgot her own stipulation, for God's sakes.
Not a bad take at all. Julia Hart able to retain her TBS championship, and at least the TBS championship is being defended on TBS. This is the girl that's been working with Tony Storm, and she's trying to basically work her way up the company. And it's very interesting, though, Jay, because remember what I told you earlier. I said maybe Tony Khan is the devil. Maybe he's the man in the mask. Because we've never, if I
really want Tony Khan to be the devil.
Think about this, though. We've never seen this visual in the 4 years that AEW has been on TV. I've never seen them record a shot of someone knocking on his door. Jay, have you?
I don't care, but
no. Yes or no question. Have you ever seen it?
I'm sure we saw a sign with a door that said Tony Khan.
I don't think we've ever seen anyone knock on the door, though.
Okay, so what are you trying to say? The knock on the door.
My point is they're trying to create him into a character, man. A non-screen character. The transition's coming, Jay. I'm calling it. But now let's get into this. Christian Cage, the patriarch, is going to come out. He's going to mess up once, basically calling kill shot Luchasaurus. Crowd's going to let him know that he messed up. He's cutting a promo on Edge, basically trying to lure him in with personal things about his mother who passed away, his father that he never had, and that Edge's father was Christian's father, actually. Christian's father took care of him, took him on trips, loved him, took care of him, fed him, and he tried to basically lure him in with a little emotional dialogue. And from there, he tried to cheap shot him with the title. And Edge, of course, caught on, hit him with a low blow before he could do anything. And on live TV, told him to go F himself. So
no bleep.
They messed up on the bleep. The bleep came about 2 seconds after that line. Basically go F yourself. And I guarantee you, Tony Khan will be getting a bill in the mail for $100,000 to $325,000 for that.
But do you think it was just planned?
I don't know. I don't know if it was planned, but
look what happened when he said it. Then Christian Cage says, "You mother," and they bleeped that whole thing right after he said, "Go F yourself."
Gianna, that would be awesome if Ospreay was the devil. Yeah, I would pop. I would pop for that, man.
Why would you pop? The guy can't even talk on the mic. He's rough.
He's the devil.
What are you gonna pop about?
Because he's actually good.
Well,
he's good. He's good, Jay. We got 1 minute before we're hit an hour. Right. Let's see if we can bang this out. This was actually a sick main event. It did everything it was supposed to do. Swerve Strickland looked like an absolute beast. Kill shot, kill switch, kicking out of moves, beautiful rolls into suplexes. His movement in the ring is up there with the best, okay? He's got movement like Randy Orton. Dude, Swerve Strickland is smooth. He's butter. This tournament was made for him. He is going to win it. He's going to be a Triple Crown champion at World's End, and that's just the way it's going to be, man. Jay White put up a hell of a fight. They made Jay White look really, really strong. I enjoyed this match. I thought tonight's Dynamite was excellent. Probably one of the best ones they've had in a few weeks. Easily. Entertaining show. You should watch it. Jay, you got a few. Go for it. What'd you think of this match?
First of all, Jay White is on no way to be on main event level tier. After I saw this match, I don't think he's it. From his entrance, from the way he's wrestling, he tries to get the crowd. The crowd is not into it. That's why you see him sitting down just saying, like, what the hell's going on? The only impressive thing was Swerve. Swerve was impressive, but it's just not a good match when you end it on the roll of death. How many times have we seen the roll up of death for the pin? I didn't like how it finished. That's just my take on it. Swerve Strickland moves on. I can't wait till we see him December 29th for Wrestling Universe.
Yeah, it's going to be sick to see him at the Wrestling Universe. Make sure you come on down, Swerve Strickland, December 29th, 5 to 8 p.m., Flushing, Queens, WrestlingUniverse.com, WrestlingWithSavage.com. Pick up your tickets now, and we'll be back next week on Wrestling with Savage. Jay, as always, thank you for joining me here for the AEW Weekly Update. A little bit over an hour, but we got the job done, man. All of AEW in 1 week, under an hour, if you take away all the other crap we talked about. But until then, until next week, until Tuesday, we'll be back with a WWE Weekly Update. We'll see you guys next time right here on Wrestling with Savage.
Let's go.
Yes, let me do it.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, proud to you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.